Yeah, Monday. What's up, everybody? Monday morning. Welcome to today's edition, Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. I hope everybody had a great weekend as we're going to take a look at our markets, kicking off our Monday. S&P's down 5, NASDAQ's up 29 as we saw some overnight rallying. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So the S&P this morning, we're down 5 points. I will say the last night we were taking a look at it, and there was some strong movement to the downside last night, to the point where we had said, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback. But that actually, while we were doing the class, was the low of the evening. And we've rallied up a bit ever since. Now, unable to create a new high on off of that rally. So just be a little bit cautious of getting long today until we break above there. I mean, certainly anytime you have an all-time high, basing before the all-time high makes sense. I still think that if we do get basing right in here, that we could fall below that line, and there could be a little bit of a move to the downside if we see a sell-off early this morning. I don't know that we're going to see that based upon our overnight movement, but let's take a look and just give it some thought. The NASDAQ, we had looked at something similar in the NASDAQ with a potential confirmation short right up in here. Price did get to there right at the London Open, but actually blew right through it without really giving you an entry anyway. Remembering it had to be a confirmation short primarily because we were there in the context of a bigger picture upward trend, right? Bigger picture upward trend. Now, the thing we took a look at last night was the slowing of momentum of our bigger picture trend. But slowing momentum does not mean that a trend is over. It just means that the trend has slowed down. All it takes is more energy added to it for that trend to continue to go higher. So looking at this on the hourly chart, we've still been unable to create a new high, although we did get above the Globex opening trade, which was Friday's cash session close. And so we've traded above Friday's close. And by trading above Friday's close, there's a better chance that price will continue to march a bit higher. Looking at this on a daily chart, we can see that we are a little bit of a reversal candle so far in there, but there's definitely no upside resistance to stop us if price goes up higher. Now, looking at crude oil, unlike the rest of the markets, didn't have a rise up last night. And I will say I was looking very closely last evening at a retest back up into this region here. I really like this 68 level for a potential short. We didn't get it. It just never happened. Matter of fact, we gave a really nice breakdown. So for my friends that are watching this outside of the USA, you were probably able to take advantage of what became a really, really clear descending triangle breakout trade. So hopefully you guys that are across the pond were able to take advantage of that and trade it to the downside, as there was a nice breakdown that came out of that move. Now, that being said, what am I looking for on a reversal? Well, on a reversal trade, if I slide in here to the 15-minute, there is a little, I call them noisy cricket levels. This little wick over wick area here. If price comes back up, the downside is that, man, I just can't get into any of these shorts because we're not getting any retracements back to supply. And so when you don't get any retracements back to supply, the only way to get into a short is to take a breakdown. So there's still room on a breakdown to go a bit lower. If I look at this on a daily chart and go back, I think that, there's a chance that we trade down into this region here. And so there is still room to fall below 65, although oil's down 4% already today. That's a pretty steep drop in one day, but certainly could get steeper. And then gold. Gold also gave us a little supply area that we didn't retest last night, although came a lot closer in gold than we did in oil. Speed candles do tend to retrace themselves. And we looked at this one yesterday, and one of my issues with this level was that it was a little too, we'll call it too obvious. And so I put it as a confirmation short. Still valid for a confirmation, but it scares me a little bit when they're, kind of that obvious. I do think that we could get a breakdown below 1735, provided that we get enough basing. I'm just following the big picture trend, which is clearly down. Right now, we did bounce off of this area of demand, which is the level off of the daily chart, and that's really where we came from. If we get higher than the daily candle's high, that's a really strong reversal candlestick. but that would be more for a longer term swing trade. So, definitively, where are we going today? I don't know. I don't have any super strong definitive levels to lean on for today. What I would say today is a better thing to do is to allow the markets to come into your areas and into your levels, as every day is that. But let's wait for potential breakout trades. Crude oil breaking out to the downside is probably going to be a better setup than a long than a short off of the reversal, because we just haven't been able to get back up to here. But if we do get back up to here, I really like this 68 level as my best one. Although this little one in here is not so bad either for a potential reversal if price does indeed come back and get a little bounce right around the open. So, short one today. That's all I have for today. If you guys have any questions, as always, send us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the only way the computers know that you're actually alive and really care. And go to tradersarmy.com today to learn a bit more. And if you want to see some of our other videos, click here in the box.